Playing well enough to come back, and Joe Connor's playing very well.
Yeah, the first or the only debutant. How impressed have you been with him?
Very impressed. I mean, again, two great victories in the qualifying, and to take a 7-2 lead against someone like Mark Selby, that's even if Mark Selby's not at his best, that's something special.
I want to talk very quickly about the Welshman in the mix, Mark Williams. He couldn't make it 4, could he? He's coming into this one on some form.
I've been tipping him for the last couple of months. I think he's got a great chance these 2 weeks.
OK, there we are then, Mark Williams, your top tip. We have a fantastic day in store, 4 former world champions for you to enjoy. And I think the players are all ready to come out into the arena. Let's welcome them. That honour, as always, goes to our MC, Rob Walker.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard to believe we've still got a full fortnight of drama to go before we crown this year's Kazoo World Snooker Champion. As we've heard, 4 Crucible Kings in action today, desperate to take a step closer to another slice of history here at this truly fantastic venue. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Magic Monday in Sheffield. Please welcome a player who came through 2 huge matches at the qualifiers to secure an 18th Crucible appearance. Made the semis 3 years ago, champion of course in 15, one of the best break builders in the modern game, and the pride of Essex, Stuart Ball Run Bingham. And his opponent, embarking on his 5th Crucible campaign, his 2nd as a top seed. 5 years after his run to the semis as a qualifier, here he is as the reigning Scottish Open and reigning Welsh Open champion. He's the Tyneside Terror, Gary Wilson. His 2nd appearance in the last 16, 6 years after his 1st. Former Indian Open runner-up. He's ready for a massive session of snooker, and he'll come out here and give it everything. So give it up for China's Liu Haotian. And finally, to a class act on and off the bays. 4 frames away from a 14th second-round appearance. His first 19 years ago led to the title. He finished the session yesterday with a superb century. He's in the mood, he's in the groove, and he's ready to go. He's the magician, Shaun Murphy!
And there they are, the 4 competing this morning. If you would like to watch Gary Wilson against Stuart Bingham on table 2, you can do so on the iPlayer. But we are concentrating on table 1 in the company this morning of Dennis Taylor and Joe Perry. Good morning, both.
A very good morning, Catherine. Good morning, everyone. And as our MC, Rob Walker, introduced the audience to Magic Monday here at the Crucible Theatre, and it's the magician, Shaun Murphy, who gets this first frame underway. Finished in style with a century break to lead 6-3. So this very talented Chinese player wants to get off to a good start. I was on the other table, Joe, but I know you were commentating on this one.
Yeah, morning Dennis, morning everybody. Yeah, I did the first session of this yesterday, and Shaun was in pretty good form. Started very well, finished very well. Just a little bit scrappy in the middle, which allowed Lou to get back into the match, but on the whole, Shaun looked pretty sharp. And he needs to carry on where he left off yesterday. That's a mistake early on from Lou, poor safety. Gifted Shaun a nice, easy starter here to get going.
That's the story of the first session there, bottom of your screens. Well, as you said there, Joe, Liu Haotian, poor safety shot to leave Shaun with an early opportunity, and the reds are nicely spread. It's a good chance. Always enjoy watching Shaun Murphy play. One of the best cueists the game's ever seen. Fabulous cue action. You can see the pot success rate, Shaun at 94%.
7.
And the long pot success rate, pretty good at 71%. So Liu Haotian has got to improve in all departments.
8.
As I say, he was hoping for a good start, but a mistake left Shaun in with this opportunity. Oh, that's going to finish rather awkward.
50.
Okay, he doesn't have much to do with the white, but this is very tricky, bridging over that. Red and pink.
Foul. Shaun Murphy 15.
Yeah,
Liu
his cue touched
Haotian,
the red.
4.
Referee Tatiana Willison spotted that straight away, and Shaun probably would have felt it as well.
One.
Yeah, the cue just caught the red or pink. Let's have another look. Yeah, it's the red there, as you see, as he delivers the cue. Must have just caught. Or was it the... Oh, he pointed to it. It was a red with his finger that he caught. Shaun pointed to it.
Six.
A wee bit unlucky there. They could have split a lot kinder than this.
Liu Haotian 6.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. So both players caught out by the same kind of shot. Bridging over the object ball, just found him out. Shaun just a little foul, and Liu just not quite getting the correct angle on that pot. It wasn't easy.
One.
Another good pot from Shaun to get in. So reliable at that kind of shot. Mid-range, mid-distance pots. Doesn't
Brown
hit
ball.
the ball very hard, so it just lets his cue action do all the work. Now he's playing a little cannon here. Oh, he didn't hit that one too good. Need a little bit of luck now. Yeah, it was a bit of a strange shot from Shaun. Thought he was going to go into the reds, might have hit them a bit harder. So he's left himself another tester.
That was a bit
Shaun
ambitious.
Murphy 5.
He had a straightforward, easy safety shot, but probably felt with the previous shot that he played he wasn't happy with it, so I'll have a go at this one, but he's looking a bit confused, isn't he, there in his seat?
One.
And that'll do nicely. Had to rely on a little bit of good fortune, but he needs a cannon. If he can cannon the red to the left of the bunch, a gentle cannon onto that one would be ideal. Well, he didn't get the cannon, so he's left with a more difficult choice now.
8.
He played to just nudge the left red, and it would have opened the red up at the back of the bunch.
Nine.
So a similar type shot here. So can he judge the cannon this time? Yes, he's got one to the middle. That's a much better shot. Now he's given himself a good
16.
opportunity.
Seventeen. $24.
Yeah, just travelled a little bit too far there. I was hoping to be on the red just below the pink. He should be okay here. Pot this red and comfortably come around the back of the black. Oh, he
25.
should have been able to. That wasn't the best shot, but maybe okay. Play a little soft screw here if he wishes, or just drop it in. I think the red in baulk does pass the green. But I think he can play a little soft cannon here if he wants to stay down this end of the table. Yeah, nicely played. So he's looking pretty confident. In spells yesterday, he
32.
looked in good touch, but just sort of let himself down a little bit. A couple of careless
33.
shots and a couple of easy misses. But he looked pretty dangerous when he got going. So, you know, he'll come out this morning hoping to win this first session 3-1 or better. Gets him right back in the match.
38. $39.
Didn't really matter how he finished on the blue there with the red up the other end of the table. Doesn't hang around, Liu Haotian, very fluent player.
44.
Nice angle on the yellow to get onto that red that's next to the pink. Just come off the cushion. There's a wonderful Crucible Theatre, and a little bit aside just to swing that cue ball up for that red. What's he, 37 in front?
47.
So he's not going to need
48.
one of the difficult reds. The black enough to leave Shaun at the snooker's required stage. No, that is careless.
Liu Haotian.
That was
48.
frame ball.
Do you know what, Dennis? He did that yesterday. He was 43 in front, 35 in front. He just needed to pot an easy pink, as easy a ball as you'll probably see missed in this championship. And Shaun cleared up to force a respot, which he ultimately lost. But he did that yesterday, got himself in a position where he just simple pot to win the frame, and just a lapse in concentration. Will it come back to bite him?
Now, is there a path through to this red? Because the black's right over the pocket. I think he can get through to the potting angle here. We'll be able to see shortly. I think, yeah, I think he can. He's not going to play it and knock the other red out as well at the same time. He certainly is. Where's that cue ball going to finish?
1.
But what a shot that was he took on not only the pot, but played to move the difficult red out. Have a look at this. That's a player full of confidence. And one good pot along the cushion, and all of a sudden Shaun Murphy's favourite for this opening
8.
frame of this session. He should have knocked the black in and made certain of leaving Shaun needing a snooker there. I know,
9.
I can understand why he was trying to hold for the red to make absolutely certain of the frame, but he should have made sure of the black. Oh, he's got into that far too much. What was that, Shaun? He's looking at the cushion as if he got a big bounce there, Joe.
16.
Yeah, he straight away looked at the cushion, but for me, it looked like he'd hit it much too hard. If he did get a slightly big bounce, maybe so, but I think even so, you still would have hit that too hard. Doesn't need to get right up behind the yellow, does he? Just anywhere past the blue line, and he's perfectly on the yellow.
Well, this is a tough one. Rolled it into the corner. He's playing the snooker. Don't blame him.
Shaun Murphy, 16.
Should have clinched the frame there, Shaun. So just a couple of errors from both players in this opening frame. This very important opening frame. No matter how good you are, you need a bit of good fortune when you're escaping from a snooker to knock it safe. Oh, and the fact that it's cannoned into the black has left Shaun with another chance. The only thing is the natural angle here might take the white into the blue. So he's got to be a wee bit careful. Well, he did cannon the blue, which means the green's slightly more difficult, but if you were going to bet on anyone knocking a pot in with the rest, it's Shaun Murphy. But a wee bit of pressure on this one. Oh, he's so good with the rest, isn't he, Joe?
Yeah, arguably the best. And his stats in this match prove it. That's 11 out of 11 now with the rest, and they're not always easy shots either. You know, that was a tester. But this will hurt Lou Haotian. He made a lovely break in this frame, did all the hard work,
9.
one ball from victory, and it can only be caused a lapse of concentration. No other reason for missing that. And it was so important. He got off to a fast start
14.
here today.
Well, I think he had another bounce off that cushion that came off a little bit quicker than it went on, but he still should be okay. Right in the center of the
20.
pocket, so black to pinch this opening frame. Well, that's a bonus for Shaun Murphy. It looked as if he was going to lose the frame, but in the end, he's pinched it and extends his lead. He's now 7-3 in front.
Yeah, Shaun Murphy picking up where he left off. He is now 3 away from the final this session.
It's very important for both players. Obviously, if you're 6-3 behind, you want to close the gap, but also almost just as important is for the guy in the lead, because he wants to keep the momentum that he's gained from the first session.
OK, then, back we go for the next frame.
Yeah, interesting to see now how Lou recovers from that. First frame went as planned, as far as he was concerned, until he missed that black. And Shaun's eyeing this long red up as well. We know he loves these long pots. And there's another beauty. What a wonderful strike to the cue ball. Made a thumping noise as it went in the back of the pocket. Great cueing. Wonderful shot.
That's okay. Okay, he can't hold for the black, but not a problem getting nicely onto the blue. And then back up to the high scoring end of the table.
4.
He'd like to be able to get that red away. It's to the left of the black, but he's got the perfect angle to bring more into play here. How's your luck, Shaun? It's not bad.
9.
I think he can get himself around to leave the black in the same pocket as the red here.
10.
As I say, that red just to the left of the black's a little awkward at the moment, but
70.
the black's available into the one corner, so it's not imperative that he gets that red out of the way. Well, in fact, the black
18.
passes the red, well, that makes his job a lot easier. From this picture, it looks as if it wouldn't go. From that picture, you can clearly see plenty of room. And now he's got this red out of the way just to clear the black spot completely.
25.
It takes some stopping when he gets a few frames in front and gets that lovely cue action of his working, Joe.
Yeah, he's great to watch. He's tough to play when he's in this mood. So when he gets that little buffer of frames, he becomes
33.
more aggressive. Doesn't go into his shell at any stage. Like I say, if anything, he gets more aggressive and puts more pressure on his opponent's safety plate. He just looks so intimidating when he's around the table. Hits the ball with such authority.
34.
And he's pretty quick as well, isn't he, Dennis, when he gets going? You know, he doesn't hang about, makes his mind up very quickly. He just doesn't look like he's going to miss.
Yeah, well, if you look at the frame times in this match, it's amazing. There's one
41.
frame that's just gone over 20 minutes. The rest have all been very rapid.
42.
I mean, he's a quick player as well, but you can't do anything about this. You got to just sit there and, well, admire your opponent's not the word. You don't want to admire them, but you can't do anything about it while you're in your seat.
Yeah, the other thing for Lou here is he'd be thinking about that Miss Black. So he wanted an opportunity to quickly try and get it out of his mind and forget about
48.
it, but this is just compounding the mistake. He's just probably thinking about it even more.
49.
So he's took these nicely so far, Shaun. Quick look there, the red below the pink, it looks like it does pot into this right corner. You got the red just to the left of the main bunch is available, but it depends how he sees this. If the red below the pink does pot, he'll probably play on that one. Well, he's played a little cannon, and how is it? Oh, it's not bad. It's got a red. And he's getting close to the winning line now.
54.
So a good pot here, land nicely on a colour. And it should be plain sailing from there on in.
$55.
Yeah, another nice shot from Shaun. Took out any possibility of that one going wrong by just getting the cue ball out of there, knowing anywhere in the middle of the table he's going to have a shot at something. And obviously he trusts himself from distance. So as long as he avoids the baulk colours here, this frame should be done and dusted.
Unintentional flick on the green there, but he's still on a red. Not as nicely
60.
as he would have been without cannoning the green. Red and a black would be enough to leave Lou needing a snooker. Would you believe it?
Shaun Murphy, 60.
Has he been fortunate here? That was virtually frame ball because he would have been nicely on the black. That was all he needed. And he hasn't covered that red.
1.
Funny enough, he had to swerve that a little bit to make the pot. He's finished a little straighter on the blue. But let's have a look at this shot. Yeah, had to play that with a touch aside. Didn't screw that back as far as he wanted. Now he's got to use the rest. He wanted to be back another 12 inches, but
6.
that was a bad miss from Shaun. Oh dear.
Foul.
Well, that's...
Blue Haotian 6. Shaun Murphy 4.
I was going to say, how costly will that be? But the red has gone safe that he attempted to pot, so there's no easy frame ball as we show you that attempt with the rest. I was just about to say, I think he's pretty good with the rest, but not so after that attempt.
After missing the red by so far, I'm sure Lou thought that would have been frame over, but he got away with it somewhat. But again, he's played another. He may fluke this red, but it was a very poor hit on the cue ball. He decelerated completely. That red should have been right up this end of the table, so he's obviously feeling it out there. Yeah, he's not really threatening the pocket. He's not feeling great out there, and he's just gifted this frame to Shaun Murphy.
Yeah, I think that first frame has taken its toll on Lou.
1.
And, well, his back's right against the wall now.
Eight. 9.
Yeah, this is all a bit too easy at the moment for Shaun Murphy. Haotian's got to dig in, try and find a way to get into this match. And the only way you do it really is to start scoring
16.
heavy, winning frames in one visit, but it doesn't look like he's in that kind of form.
17.
And a possibility now that this first round match could be over before the mid-session interval. If Shaun wins the next 2 frames, he's in the second round. It's the first to 10.
24.
Well, this one will take some potting, keep the break going. I'm sure he'll have a go.
31.
One of the best doublers in the business.
Yeah, but
Shaun
not this
Murphy,
time. So
31.
an earlier break
Under
of
break.
60 did the damage for Shaun Murphy. He increased his lead. Now just 2 away, leading 8 frames to 3.
3 up now. When I bumped into him earlier this morning, he seemed pretty confident. And we're seeing that confidence at the table this morning, aren't we? Quite quick around there.
Yeah, and he's, well, I mean, this is just a comfortable morning for Shaun Murphy because his opponent is just basically handing him frames. Black off a spot last frame, the shot with the wrist. I mean, just butchered that. I mean, and he sat in his chair there. It doesn't even look bothered by it. I mean, even when you're sat in a chair, if you sense your opponent's like up, you can sense your opponent's up for it. But Shaun's getting nothing from his opponent, so it's a very comfortable morning, and he'll be delighted to just cruise into the second round.
How difficult is it for Lou now? Because just the 2 frames needed.
Frame 12.
I mean, it's so
Shaun
difficult.
Murphy
The game is over, in my opinion. But he's basically got to win
Shaun
these
Murphy
next 2 frames to take it to the mid-session at weight 5, or he's no chance.
Yeah, 2 more frames before the mid-session interval, but will we have a mid-session interval? That's the question now. No matter what the scoreline is, I always felt if your opponent needed a couple of frames, you've got a chance. But you can't be making it easy for your opponent. Lou at the moment has been doing that for Shaun. Might seem a negative little shot, that, but I liked it because the black was tied up, and that's opened the black up. And never get tired looking at that view of the Crucible Theatre, do you? Wonderful, wonderful venue. Now, one of those awkward frames where the safety area is behind the black and near the cushion. Shaun's got a potential pot into the middle pocket, but if he was to screw back for the black, which he's attempting, it makes the pot more difficult.
One.
He made that look easy. To knock that red in at that pace on these middle pockets, you've got to be absolutely pinpoint.
Yeah, and that one shot has pretty much given him a chance to win this frame. Look at the way the reds are spread again. But as good as the red was, you have to say it wasn't a good shot from his opponent once more. That cue ball should have been tight on the cushion to stop Shaun being able to play that shot. So it's just making life too easy for Shaun Murphy. He's one of the best players in the world. You can't keep letting him get his hand on the table because you'll get punished.
Nine. 9. 16. 16.
These two reds in the middle of the table. Just moving that one closest to the pocket. Just opens the blue up. So this is looking like a chance here for Shaun to extend his lead. He would fully expect to win the frame at this visit.
20. 25. 26.
'Can open more reds up here. But he caught them half ball, so he may be slightly out of position. Didn't get the contact as he intended there.
31.
Let's have a look. Well, he wanted to hit that red full ball, caught it half ball. You lose the white when that happens.
Yeah, I thought it looked a better pack to go into from the black. But what a wonderful shot. That is much easier when you're 8-3 ahead, obviously, but it was still a wonderful piece of cueing. And now he is set to take the frame at this visit, and possibly the second century of the match.
39. 40.
Yeah, he's wandering around the table here like he's playing in a little practice session.
47. $48.
Just lost the white a little bit, but not a problem. It's all Shaun Murphy at the moment, and not perfectly on this red, but the way he's queuing, he feels he can pot
53.
anything. It's a thin cut, but he's not that many pots away from securing another frame here. Oh, did that kick?
Shaun
Not sure
Murphy,
if that was a bad
53.
contact or just a bad shot. But nevertheless, he hasn't won the frame. Let's have a look at this. To miss it by that much, he may have had a heavy contact there. Right, Lou Haotian, it's time to go to work. That's not a bad cannon on the yellow. No miss snooker required now.
Yeah, that was a disappointing end for Shaun Murphy. It may well have been a bad contact, but the shot before was a poorly played shot. You just wonder, Shaun has to keep his concentration as well. It's all too easy at the moment for him. So he's got to be mindful not to switch off. He has to get this job done. To get through these early rounds as comfortable as you can, really, and save a lot of that mental energy for later on in the tournament. But like you say, Dennis, it's got to be no miss snooker now. Shaun.
Keep the noise down, please.
14.
Just come up a little bit short, so change of shot, change of choice of shot.
15.
Now we can drop the blue in and finish nicely on the two reds. So two very comfortable reds available and two rather
20.
difficult ones near the pink.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea, would it, off the second of these reds to play
21.
on the pink. If he can get right in close behind the pink, gives him easy access to them two reds, and once he pots one of them, the other one's going to be nicely in the open. So just see how he goes about this. It's much easier to get on them reds from the pink. He's just coming to have a look now if he can get that cue ball somewhere in the desired position.
The other choice is just to play on the black and then cannon them out, but it looks like your choice is the right one,
29.
as long as he executes it correctly. A key shot coming up as to whether he can possibly nick this frame.
But again, just didn't quite get through the cue ball, did he? Decelerated a little bit, wanted to be closer to the pink than this, so this is tough. Yeah, good shot, but because he was a bit too thin on the pink, couldn't get the required cannon. So he's got another tough one now.
35.
He missed an easier one with this, with a rest in the previous frame. This is much tougher.
Sits and has a little smile. What does he play here? He's got that blue is a bit of a distraction for him there, but he's going to take the black up into the corner. He'll be going over towards the red. It's not there.
Lou Haotian, 36.
Put all his eggs in one basket there. So one good pot on Murphy, and there's another frame on the board. So it's all about the black. It's getting from pink to black.
9. $14.
Now, what sort of angle? He'd love to get over. Be able to do that. If he leaves the black into the other corner, it's slightly more difficult, but he may have to go the right side of it rather than get to the circle. Looking at the angle here. Yeah, it's going to be the more difficult pot.
20.
Couldn't get over to the easier side of the table, so. Cracking pot along the cushion there. How has he won that frame? Shaun Murphy had a few chances and he sits there bewildered. But it's Haotian who gets one back. 8-4.
But yeah, these first round matches, you want to get them done and dusted and won as soon as possible. Get relaxed, get into the next round. So as I say, keep focused, keep playing each frame, each shot, and giving it 100% concentration. Don't think you've won before it's actually you've got to 10.
Yeah, a penny for his thoughts there, because Dennis mentioned in commentary those facial expressions. He tells us what he's thinking. And he's also said in recent weeks that he is due a good run here at the Crucible. Do you think his game coming into this, is he at that stage where he could have a good run if he gets through this?
It's tough to say, actually, because obviously he hasn't been in the sort of 2 or 3 tournaments before coming here, so I haven't watched a lot of his game. I presume he's been putting a lot of practice in, a lot of hours in the practice table, getting ready for this. And I'm sure coming in here, he'd be determined not to have another, first round exit again.
OK, well, he leads. Shaun Murphy, 8-4.
Can Shaun Murphy switch on? Tough opener here. He had to play that. He couldn't top it in that time and go back up the table. He had to hold for the black.
Not easy, almost straight there, but he's faced with a difficult pot along the cushion here is Haotian. The black he knocked in the previous frame was more difficult than this. It might be in this, it might be in, it's in.
1.
And all of a sudden, Shaun shakes his head. If a player starts getting a rub of the green like that, who knows what can happen out there. Stranger things have happened in the Crucible, Joe.
Yeah, and that's the second fluke in quick succession, isn't it? Remember the previous frame? He missed the red with a rest and fluked into the opposite corner.
8.
Sometimes they do say the balls don't forgive you, and Shaun Murphy, he made a few errors in that last frame when it looked like for all the world he was going to go 9-3 ahead. So it does change. It can change. We've seen it before. And this now, after that fluke, is a decent scoring opportunity for Lou. There's a few loose reds there.
11. Haotian, 11.
It's just all happening, Dennis, isn't it? Flukes, miscues, fouls, easy misses. Whatever next.
Well, that's something you don't see all that often. But maybe, yeah, I think he's okay. He's looking at the... It looks from that overhead shot that he can't get to the potting angle of the red to the right corner. The one to the right, I think he can get to that one. But yeah, to miscue at that stage, not what you want.
1.
That's a shocker from Shaun. He didn't intend to cannon the brown there.
4.
That's end of break.
But the shot before, you know, he shouldn't have been anything like that angle on the green. He could have got the cue ball anywhere off that opening red, and he left himself in a pretty no man's land position. So, yeah, not worrying times, of course, for Shaun Murphy. He's 8-4 ahead, but he'll want to get
Shaun
this
Murphy
match wrapped
4.
up as quickly as possible. He won't want all these errors creeping in. And it really is just can only beat concentration, because he's having it all his own way.
I'll tell you what though, if he loses this frame, he'll have an uncomfortable interval. He was deep in thought there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's got cover on all the reds here, but it looks like he can just come past the brown, side cushion, bottom cushion, and rest in behind that bunch of reds. So just between the brown and the middle pocket. Oh, he's going the other way. It looks like it's on, that shot. He's eyeing something else up.
He got to where you suggested, Joe, but the brown was in the way, and he found a very difficult route to that position that you said things would be safe. He's played a couple of good safety shots this Lee Haotian. And this is what's happened in the session so far this morning. If you can keep it in the 90s, you're doing well. He was up at 94 at one stage. Long putt success rate always plays a big part in a match. 80%'s excellent. Well, you don't have to mention anything about Shaun Murphy using the rest. He's so good with it.
was a good effort. He felt it was worth the risk. The only red he could leave was the one he was playing, and as often is the case, has left it. Left a straight red into the green pocket. Normally, pretty much over the hole, this kind of shot for Shaun Murphy when he's cueing well. Yeah, no
One.
problem at all. Does that kind of shot so well. Never in danger of missing. So can he find that focus he needs? Really switch on, concentrate 100%. Get this match pretty much done. Couldn't really see a way back for Lou if he goes into the interval 9-4 down.
7.
And looks like the pink pots into this bottom left corner, so that helps. Just a series of little stun shots
8.
now. Cue ball won't move very far.
$14. 15.
Not as straightforward this time. He's still got the loose red nearest the cue ball there. He's dead straight on the pink, as you can see, so what's he looking at here? He's overscrewed that. He
21.
tried to leave that red in the right corner. He's now looking at the possibility of a plant, which he's going to have to make. You pick the left side of the pocket where you're going to knock the first red to straighten this up, and he's overdone it.
Shaun Murphy, 21.
So once again, you'd have to say a little lapse in concentration there with the positional side of his game.
But he wasn't punished. It wasn't easy, that red, but it's the sort of red he's going to have to knock in to get into this match. And he's given Shaun Murphy straight back at the table.
One.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just got to get down past the line of the pink spot, you feel. Red waiting over the corner. Yeah, he'd like to be on red to the right corner, but always knew he had this one in reserve.
Yeah, you can see they're all blocking each other into this right corner pocket, but they're situated in such a way it shouldn't be a problem for Shaun. Got the loose one.
5.
To the left of the pink. May need a cannon in a couple of shots' time. But there won't be a problem getting an angle on a colour to maybe just cannon that red to the left of the
11.
of the 4 reds, just planning his route here.
12.
In fact, that red at the back of the little triangle may pot, which will free up another one. Yeah, it goes. And as I say, in turn, when he removes this, the one to the left would become
90.
available into the right corner. But that red near the brown is the only safe ball on the table.
20.
And what is he? He's already 34 in front, so that's not even going to come into the equation. It's the triangle of reds. He needs them disturbed.
27.
Got an angle to do it here, but he risks the positional side of things if he moves them.
28.
He's moved all three, and, well, he's on the blue. Don't think he can reach the pink. Having to use the rest because of the reds, he'd have to lean over. And he hasn't missed one with the rest so far. Oh, he nearly missed one there.
Yeah, I thought he'd missed that. Just about wriggled in.
33.
Not this time though. Straight in the
34.
middle of the pocket that time, so just this straightforward pink. That's what Lou Haotian and Snooker's required. And in it goes. So he took a few chances. He's just lapsed a little bit in concentration, just took his
40.
foot off the gas a little bit, but he looks like he's hitting the ball well in general play.
41.
Yeah, you'd have to say it's all over now. Lou Haotian had a bit of a chance had he managed to take this frame and go to the mid-session interval. He would have been 3 behind, and Shaun would have still needed 2. I mean, this was a tricky red that he took, but he had to go for
48.
it, and it was pretty close, but not close enough. And
49.
it really is no way back from 9-4, you'd have to say. But you never know.
Well, the cue goes in, it doesn't matter.
Shaun Murphy,
Lou
55.
Haotian nods
End
his
of
head. And that break of 55 sees Shaun Murphy win this mini session 3-1, extend his lead. He's now just 1 away from round 2. He leads 9 frames to 4.
So here they come back for this possible final frame. Shaun Murphy, 2005 world champion, ahead 9-4 against Lou Haotian. I wonder, will he be joining us in studio very soon to celebrate? We'll find out in a few moments, possibly. Back we go to our commentary team, Dennis Taylor and Joe Perry.
Thank you, Catherine. Yeah, it might not be all that long until Shaun's joining you in the studio, but he's still got that one frame to clinch this match. Just a little bit of noise, as you can see in the background, but what a cracking opening pot from Lou Haotian there. Yeah, as you can see, at mid-session interval in the other table, so you get used to that here. He's unlucky there, very unlucky. Played the shot well enough.
8.
Got the backspin, but
Lou Haotian, 8.
and a bit of a careless safety shot, though. He's a bit disappointed with the outcome of the position there. And he just got down and played a safety shot, but didn't give it any thought of where he was putting the cue ball. Cannoned the brown. That was a bit careless. Hasn't left anything, well, nothing easy. Although having said that, I was surprised Shaun didn't take a red into the left corner. You know, he's got plenty of leeway, 9-4 in front, so he's going to wait for a better chance.
One.
Yeah, another long red. I thought that was the red Shaun might have took on previously. It would have been a bit easier from where Shaun was as well. White hand on the table. Lou Haotian, don't blame him, made his mind up. If he sees one, he's going to go for it from now on. Well, for the next few frames, from his perspective, hopefully, anyway.
Eight. Nine.
Pretty decent chance, this. There's at least six reds easily obtainable. Black's nicely in the
16.
open. And you'd think the pressure's sort of lifted for the time being. Probably in his own mind, he knows he can't win this match from this position. So just play with a bit more freedom.
And all snooker players are very proud, and you want to show the people in the crucible how you can play, people at home how you can play. So you're playing for your pride when you're this far behind. Just go out there and show them what you can do.
24. Well,
just the wrong side of the blue, but if he screws this back, he's got the pink as an alternate, which will avail better position. But even if he took the blue, he could screw back and leave a red. Pink's the better one. Spotted something on the cloth there, but I hope that hasn't distracted him there. Safely in, but surely he's on one of the reds. He can't be almost
31.
touching that
Touching
one.
ball.
It's one of those awkward ones sometimes. If you're almost touching the ball, you can't quite see, but I think he's okay. And once again, he's finished the wrong side of the blue. This time he can screw back and leave a red for the left corner. If this goes in, every chance
37.
he could win the frame at this visit. So this is he on it? Has he come back far enough? I think he's just okay, you know.
$38.
Come on, Luke, give us a century break here. It'd be nice to see.
Yeah, and if he does make a century here, it'll be his 100th century as a professional. Always a nice landmark to reach, and especially make it at the Crucible, be extra
45.
special.
$46.
It looks like the red at the bottom of that cluster of 5 is potable into this left corner. And then once he knocks that one in, he'll have to play some
51.
kind of cannon. But he's already 59 ahead, so Them two reds with colours will be enough to secure the frame. And then he can fully concentrate
52.
on making a century.
Yeah, that would be quite a milestone in his career, a century of centuries.
57.
Black secures the frame. I hope he's not thinking about the black he missed in the opening frame when he was in a similar position. Safely in this time, and the beautifully played cannon. Well, Shaun knows that this
65.
frame's gone now. And I think knowing Shaun, he would like
66.
this young player to go on and clear the table here, because the frame's over, so yeah, he wouldn't mind that happening. Come up a bit short. I think he can miss the red with the
73.
cannon. Well, he could cannon the red and still finish on the black if he can't screw between the gap down for the blue. Can he get down for the blue? It's just finished a little awkward, this. Yeah, he could finish on the black if he cannons the other red.
74. $81. 82.
Funny enough, his highest tournament break is 141. He's made that on 2 occasions. In the 2020 Welsh Open and the 2022 British Open. But this was a nice one to get in,
87.
a shot that Shaun decided not to take on, similar to that, but Haotian pulled out a cracker there, and he deserves
88.
everything he gets here. So this is the key one here, tricky little one along the cushion.
95.
Get in.
96.
Well played, Haotian. Brilliant. Absolutely terrific century break there. Century
103.
of centuries in his career.
105.
Be feeling a little bit better, Joe. Long way to go, but at least nice to see him show what he's capable of there.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a much better player than what he's
108.
shown in this match. He's world number 26, which is no mean feat in today's snooker. The standard's so high. He's just struggled a bit in this match, but
112.
this is more like it. It's what he produces most weeks on tour.
$117.
Well, he couldn't clear the table, but a fantastic break of 117. Gives Haotian just keep this match going a little bit longer. He now trails 9 frames to 5.
Can, as Joe said, week in, week out on the tour at the Crucible.
And Shaun still that 1 frame away. A penny for his thoughts right now.
As I say, he's not under any pressure. He knows he's won this match, but, you know, if he loses another couple of frames, then little bit of doubt, a little bit of negative thoughts creep in. I think at the moment, look, he's smiling at people. But I don't like to see that. I don't like to see, you know, looking around and smiling at the crowd and that sort of thing. I mean, you
didn't like smiling around the place, Stephen?
It's overrated happiness, I think, over and smiling, you know. But no, you've got to get focused and get this match over and done with. Then you can smile and say hello to everyone. But yeah, so he needs to get back on track, Shaun. Just get this match won.
OK, we'll have a word with him if he joins us in studio later. Back we go for another frame.
Well, yeah, Stephen Hendry, I remember once in the 90s when he was dominating the game. I think he smiled once, but I can't remember when it was, Joe.
Probably on receiving the winner's check, Dennis.
Yeah, he received a few of them, I can tell you. But no, you've got to be 100% on it all the time. I mean, that's why he dominated the game throughout the 90s, you know, and why Steve Davis dominated the game throughout the 80s. They were so focused, and they would give precious little away.
Yeah, I think there's something in that, definitely. You know, the two most prolific winners we have in the modern game is Ronnie and Judd, and you know, you don't often see them smiling away at the crowd and stuff, but everyone's different, aren't they? That's Shaun's personality. You know, it's worked for him many times in the past, so that's the way he is. But anyway, he's been gifted another chance here, and this is a gift. Can Shaun go out?
Please keep the noise down, thank
with
you.
a flurry. One visit snooker to finish the match off.
One.
Well, Shaun had to sit and watch this young man make that wonderful century break.
8.
Don't be surprised if this man doesn't finish in style.
9.
He'll be thinking, wouldn't it be nice if I could finish the match with a century break? There's a few awkward reds, but there's also a few that are nicely in the open.
14.
Okay, a lot of them are covering each other, but he can soon develop that.
$15.
He's come up a bit short here on this black. As you can see, left himself hampered slightly. I don't know if he can stretch around or whether he'll have to get the
22.
long tackle out. Yep, he needs the big extension, the extended rest. Got very little to do to get on the block, drop it in. No, he's one of the best rest players in the world. But
23.
you wouldn't want a reputation of being the best long rest player in the world, Joe. That wouldn't do your positional side of the game a lot of good, would it?
No, definitely not, Dennis. You're not the best positional player if you're the best long rest player, that's for sure. But he's left himself a nice angle this time, so a little cannon up into one of these 4 reds. Wow, he just took a chance. Didn't play it with much control, just used power.
30.
Thought he was guaranteed to be on something. And he's got choice of reds into either middle. Neither of them are easy, but if he pots this next red, then they're all there. The whole game is open if this one goes in. Yeah, nicely played.
31.
And now just that previous shot on the black has released half a dozen reds. Now it's just a case of keeping your concentration, not missing anything easy, and getting to the winning line.
38. $39.
And it's not going to take very long the way these reds are near the pink. They're all available. As you can see, lined up perfectly. It's a great century break, but
46.
he'll be feeling that he's
47.
played his last shot in this year's World Championship, but a great talent, and he's climbing up the world rankings. He's world ranked 26 at the moment, so he's going in the right direction as this
54.
very talented player.
$55.
So getting close now, and I think on the whole, I think Shaun and his supporters will be quite happy with this little run out. Hasn't really been tested, but he didn't know it was going to be like that. And at the start of the match, he looked very sharp, and he finished
62.
the session yesterday pretty sharp. He hit the
63.
ball well. Just lost a little bit of concentration a couple of times in this match. That's all it could be. But on the whole, he's looking pretty good. I think he's definitely one to watch this year.
70.
Yeah, as I said, I think Will
71.
making the century in the previous frame has just sparked this off from the former world champion, and he looked very good clinching the match here. Not going to be easy to finish it with a century break because of the way the reds are situated, but
77.
he's doing what
78.
great champions seem to be able to do. They seem to be able to win the frame that's needed with one visit. This will bring that red into play near the cushion there. Well, he tried to bring it into play, so this will be some shot
81.
if he's going to keep this going. Thin snick up the cushion. No century break, but he's
Shaun
done it in
Murphy,
style.
81.
And it has to be said, the former world champion looked in great form, and he's going to be giving this year's World Championship a good run as he acknowledges the crowd there and waving to everyone. He runs out a very comfortable winner in the end by 10 frames to 5.